There we go. Now we're also recording and recording. Hello, and welcome to Critical Knowledge, Session 2. It's been a little while, but we're managing to do it. This is a homebrew 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign set in a persistent game world where we've got other campaigns happening in the same location. Tonight, I am Crash. I will be your DM for the evening, and I am joined by some illustrious individuals, including Ellie, Matt, Millie, Cindy's hanging out in chat. Craig is hanging out, always listening, always recording everything we do.
I really don't like how long it took you to say my name.
I almost said magical first, to be honest.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's valid.
Half the time I'm typing your name out, I type magical. The other time I type Millie, and it messes me up. Just be glad I'm not doing the mistake that I do with EO and Jen when I'm doing plugs at the end, because EO's mom writes books, and Jen's plug is bookofjen.net. So I've started swapping the plugs. Which everyone gets plugged, but at the same time, the wrong person attributed to the wrong website. Oh well. In any case, it's been a while. Does anyone want to say what happened last time?
Oh, so we went to the fair, and I had fun, and Dad bought me things, and I won this potion that cures diseases, but not death, which is the worst disease of all. And we fought this giant robot candy monster, and it almost killed me, but then I was saved by Dad. And then we were told to go into the woods and find this guy, because he probably knows something about it somehow. And so we're doing that, and it sounds like a lot of fun, to be entirely honest. Also, I won a dancing contest, and Dad won a drinking contest.
I am not good at any of those, at drinking or, well, I might be okay at dancing, but we'll find out later.
Oh, also a poetry slam. Dad won a poetry slam.
That's cool.
And I should specify, it was the dad that is a dwarf.
not the demonic dad.
No, not the one with the tail. It's fun.
Dwarf dad that is a cleric, not tiefling dad that is a paladin. There was a character that was there briefly, played by Akari, named Ignis, that saw this family going through and enjoying the fair, and they were like, but one's a giant cat, and the other's a dwarf, how does that... And there were the math symbols going in front of their face.
Also, like, I critically failed at my powdered sugar roll for my fried bread.
Yeah, there was funnel cake, and there was a cat covered in powdered sugar from the funnel cake.
It was great.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
And then we met, Ellie, what's your character's name again?
Arepa.
We met Arepa, and they were there, and they helped us fight that candy machine. And then I got a lot of cotton candy on my arm.
Cotton candy and fur doesn't sound like a good mix.
I ate it.
Hopefully the candy and not the fur.
I ate it. Will not specify further.
I appreciate that sentence.
I am a cat.
Okay, so...
We're headed out into the forest.
Bit of a clarification. You weren't told to go seek someone out. You were instead told that, and this was by a gnome that was working the fair named Bindle Brightlight, who...
Oh, yeah, Nightlight.
was her reaction to being called that. Well, she was very much opposed to the handing out of these ciphers, which were mechanical things. Some of them were fluids that cure disease, like what you got. Or they were mechanical things like the fireworks contraption, or there's a whole mess of them that exist. And they've been showing up all over the place. And the fair representatives had a thought where maybe if they gave them as prizes, because so many sailors were coming to the fair, it's a port city, that they would take them away from here and spread them out, because when these things that appear get close together, bad things happen, like, say, turn a cotton candy machine into a giant golem monstrosity that will attempt to kill the tabaxi.
Yeah. Also, I need to have a word with whoever manufactures the tents.
They were not designed for tabaxi to climb on top of them.
I think that that's a problem. How was I supposed to shoot daggers into its eyes, or lack thereof, if I can't climb things?
It had a spotlight for a head. Technically, it had one giant eye, but never mind about that. And you're channeling your character from the Sunday games. Just saying.
Yeah. It's been a long week.
Yes. Well, Bindle has a theory that these things are appearing in part because of something going on with an area outside of the city referred to as the Crooked Hills, where if you dig down deep enough, sometimes you find like old machinery, weird gadgets and stuff. So maybe that'd be a thing. And
Cobalt exoskeletons.
Sorry.
Anyway, what?
Who?
What?
Where?
What?
Why?
How?
Oh, I don't know. You're gonna have to roll for it.
Okay, what do I roll?
Roll for I don't. Inspiration, I guess. Okay, moving forward.
Yes! Yes! Victory. Okay. So we're camping.
Yes, so the idea was presented by Dwarf Dad that you should head out to the Crooked Hills in the morning to see what you can see.
Oh yeah, we're going to spend the night in that place we stayed in.
What I tend to do in a lot of cases is if there is someone who's not here, I say, yes, they are here. They're just off camera. And in situations where there's a battle going on, they are indeed active in the battle. They're fighting that other thing that is also off camera.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I haven't always done that, but I like to do that because I don't have to NPC anyone. So Jaren is going with you.
Okay.
And Xanthus, you were at the fair. You were just, when the whole cotton candy monster was fighting, you were off to the side fighting this other thing that happened.
That works for me.
Yeah. But that we don't have to say, oh, wait, but you weren't there. You wouldn't know that. And you were there. And you were there. And, you're here too. Aripa decided to tag along.
Yay!
Apparently, she seems thrilled to be here.
Indeed.
Roll for disbelief, but apparently she insists that she is filled with enthusiasm.
I am. I do like to go digging over in these hills. Sometimes you find the most interesting things.
Well, I'm all for a mystery, or exploring a mystery.
I like camping.
Then let's head out.
Okay. So you head out, and your trip to the Crooked Hills is fairly uneventful. There is a road that leads in that general direction. It gets more and more disused as you get further and further from the city. There's a few homesteads that you pass that look to be fairly new construction as you were heading out of the city, but those quickly stop being encountered after your half a day's journey out. It is actually mid-afternoon by the time you get to an area where you do not need to check a map to see if you found the Crooked Hills. Let's put it that way. They are very aptly named. You could describe them as rolling hills, but the rolling hills lean.
Can I climb them?
You most certainly can.
Yes! Okay.
Give me a dexterity save.
Oh no.
You're a Tabaxi Ranger. You should be good at that.
Well, remember the tent incident that was mentioned.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got a 16.
Okay, so you climbed to the top of one of the Crooked Hills,
Yeah.
and parts of it fall off under your weight, but you're able to readjust, and you're still fine.
Awesome.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, I got a 23.
Okay, so the part that broke off under your weight, when you look down at it, you see that it's an earthen outside and some rock and stuff. There's compressed soil that has turned into rock over who knows how long. But the inner core is not, in fact, a chewy filling. It is densely... I know. I don't want the image of a tabaxi trying to eat the Crooked Hills, but now I have that.
They're like crunch bars.
The DM is grateful that sighing is a free action.
Yes.
Nice
The
story.
inside of this hill, at least on the end that broke off, appears to be densely packed, irregularly shaped nuggets of metal.
Cool. What type of metal?
You're not sure. It might be a mix. There might be some
Dad,
iron in there, maybe some copper.
Dad.
Yeah. It might be an alloy.
Did you refer to Xanthus as Dad too?
I haven't decided what dad nickname I'm going to use yet. Father.
Dad 2 Electric Boo Boo.
Now, if I had some if I was a blue dragonborn,
Too dad, too furious. Can you please? Or does is Dwarf Dad able to, while not here, tell me what type of metal this is?
yeah, unfortunately, that's not my area of expertise.
That's why that was a DM question. Can Dwarf
That's why
Dad
the DM
tell
is
me?
opening Jaren's character sheet. The DM had thought, I will safely avoid having to look at Jaren's character sheet because he'll just be off camera the entire time.
And then you
Hey,
gave me metal.
Person who is specifically off camera over there, please inform us as to the nature of this thing.
Xanthus does not do knowledge that well.
You gave me
He's a people
metal
person.
and a dwarf. You gave me
I didn't technically give you the dwarf.
That's my dad.
Okay, I'm going to roll investigation at advantage for this character just because that makes sense for a dwarf. Oh, that's a 19. All right, let me take a look. Let's see. Well, this looks like it's iron. That right there, that's a copper. And that right there, that's... I don't really know what that is. Might be one of those alloys. I wouldn't trust it if I were you.
No.
It's a mix. Take
Can
your
I
pick.
eat it?
Can you normally eat metal?
No.
I would not try.
Okay.
It's going to come out somewhere, somewhen, and that's going to be really unpleasant for everybody.
Metal in your diet's good for you. I'd say it put hair in your chest, but seeing as you're a tabaxi, not as important.
Okay. So that's a lot of metal.
It
Hey,
is.
hey, father.
Yes.
Okay, you're saying father with an accent. I thought you were saying Thava. That's a totally different character. And they are on the other side of the planet right now.
Yeah, that's Jaffa beans. I'm talking about father.
Can I have some more? No.
Oh, please. Father, didn't that gnome talk about metal?
He did. And that there was something, this whole area had something metallic underneath it. So we probably need to
We found it.
explore downward.
Magnets, how do they work?
Can I use my claws to dig?
Um,
I mean, I can help dig, but
I
don't have...
Just hear. Yes.
I, the person behind the DM, would not recommend it, but the DM is going to say you may certainly attempt this.
I just can tell by that split second of silence of a why. I can feel it. What check should I do for that?
So, you have not succeeded in this, but
Yes.
I feel compelled to ask, is your current modus operandi to try to aggravate the DM? Because I can see how some DMs would be aggravated.
No, the cat just is literally a cat and therefore too curious for its own dang good.
This is fine. This is fine. And I will specify that I am not aggravated by this. I have run 3 seasons of an all-kobold campaign. And it's
true.
my fault that 20 very idol-worshipping Kenku are canon. Just saying. But to actually answer your question, for digging in this particular instance, there's more than one option I could pick, but I'm going to go for sleight of hand.
I got a 10.
Okay, you successfully made a small hole.
I'm going to look
doesn't go
around
very
and see
deep.
what else. I'm going to look around and just not keeping half an eye on Hero here, and see if there's anything else abound.
I have
So
to
help
keep
me,
making sure I use the right name.
So help me, I'm
just
going
switch
to
over.
give you one of those leash things that they tie to small children.
Well, we need to get a harness first, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
my cat likes harnesses, so definitely that.
Well, the ones you attach to small children also come with harnesses, so yes.
Yeah,
Only
what-
here is 7 feet
leather
tall.
work.
They don't make the harnesses that size.
Yeah, we'll have to find a leather worker who can improvise one.
what children's cartoon character are you gonna make it be?
I have not yet decided.
It's gonna be Paige.
I have a daughter named Paige, so hey.
Yes.
Heaven help me. Can you imagine Paige the Kenku Warlock as a Saturday morning cartoon character?
Yes, I can.
It's Bill Nye, but
Relative to Heckle and or Jekyll.
Yes. I was thinking Bill Nye, but terrifying.
Not gonna lie, a shiver just ran down my spine just now. Because,
Good.
I'd be the one teaching the tag class where they all watch that show and they come in with, and let me italicize this word, ideas.
Good.
Okay, but with that said, Xanthus, you're keeping half an eye
on Hero to make sure that they're not hurting themselves.
They don't seem to be hurting themselves, but they don't seem to be making a lot of progress on the digging front. But you are going to take a look around.
Yeah,
so give me a perception check.
I do give up digging as well to start bounding around after I realize it's boring.
Valid.
I am a child.
Okay, so we have a nat 1. You lose track of Hero.
Oh, wait, that's bad.
You tried to keep an eye on your surroundings and an eye on Hero. You successfully did neither of these things. Yep. You find yourself alone in the Crooked Hills.
Father!
Dagnabbit.
Father!
Yes? Hello, where'd you go?
I'm on a hill.
I'm not. I seem to have gotten lost.
I'm so glad we get to play this game tonight.
I'm on a hill. I'm on some metal. I also have a... What race is Agrippa?
A gnome.
A gnome? A Reaper? Sorry, dang.
Franklin.
I also have the short little gnome thing. We're on a hill.
It's true.
It smells like metal.
I seem to have fallen off the hill or something. I'm not on a hill anymore. I'm not sure where I am.
You're in a valley between more than one crooked hill.
Okay. So I don't see anything unusual down here. So I'm going to come back to you.
Okay. I'll keep talking so you can find me. Hi. Hi. Hi.
I will return to my companions.
Meanwhile, Arepa is checking the hills, and it apparently has rained recently, so you just hear Arepa saying, and this one is wet, and this one is wet, and that's not canon. That is not canon.
Or it could be.
It could be. I will leave that to Ellie.
Ellie, is that canon? That's canon. Okay. That's good.
I didn't find anything unusual in the hills, but I think I'm not the best at searching for things, so perhaps we should all take a walk together and see what we all can see.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, but we need to find the adventure. And right now I'm not finding anything but my hands.
I thought the journey was the adventure. Anyway, so let's go. Let's go before the hide and seek people catch up with us.
I didn't know they were chasing us.
They always are.
Well, then let us explore and see what we may find.
Even knowing the backstory that relates to this, I am highly amused.
That I still think I'm playing hide and seek.
Well, keep this sentence in context. The hide and seek people, they're always chasing us. Always. Now imagine that a child is telling you this. Okay.
I would be somewhat alarmed.
Arepa, give me a perception check and see if you're better at this than Xanthus is right now.
Don't forget I have my 23.
I have spells. I just realized I have spells. I've got leveled up.
Yeah. To be fair, for a second level paladin, that is new information. And what was that roll?
I am
same.
Twice as good as Xanthus.
Oh, you got a 2.
I still have a 23.
This is your new roll?
No, dang it, I have to roll again.
Yeah, you were rolling for looking inside part of the broken hill that you broke. Okay, now we're rolling for looking for other things.
I got an 18.
Okay. You are aware that you're not alone.
The hide and seek people should be here now.
I forget, is that good or bad?
It's usually kind of exciting. They throw things at me and try to kill me, and then I run away, and it's...
That does sound exciting.
But there's someone here.
Yeah, so coming at you from more than one direction are beings that every one of you recognizes as goblins. You've all seen goblins now and then in your adventures, so you know what they look like. But they look a little bit different than a traditional goblin. They have acquired an additional accoutrement. It's some type of strange growth coming out of the top of their head.
Oh.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, that's cute.
Bummer of a birthmark.
And to quote a famous line from a famous cartoon, they're coming right at you.
I will draw my weapon.
Is this the people who are normally after me?
You've never seen goblins with growths on their heads, ever.
I usually don't talk about people's birthmarks, but okay. Is there a tree nearby?
No. This area does not have any trees. It's got some small scrub brush, but nothing that even comes up to the waist on a goblin or a gnome.
Is there something that can give me the higher ground?
I mean, you're in an area called the Crooked Hills.
I stand on a hill.
If we stand on the hills. Or
Okay,
a hill.
Technically, you said you were going to keep talking until Xanthus could find you.
Oh,
So
is
you
Xanthus
never
not
came-
back yet?
So what I'm saying is, you never got off the hill.
Oh, I am the hill.
I mean, I hope not. Although that
The
would
hill never
imply that your two companions would climb on top of you. Aha!
Well, what
The
you
tables are
see-
turned.
Ha! But what you see is the fact that just like the rock, I am the hill.
I am the walrus,
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Yes.
and I have a roll of 21 initiative for Arepa. Who else has an initiative roll?
I guess I should do that.
I have a 17. I'll type it for you.
I got it. And Xanthus, a 16. Okay.
No, I didn't mean to click that. Going back and forth between Discord and my character sheet.
Same problem. Now imagine I have like 4 different D&D Beyond tabs open as I'm doing this.
Well, I keep opening up my files and folders. It's right next to my Firefox logo.
Okay. So, one of these goblins got a 22 for initiative, so they start climbing up the hill, and when they get within 15 feet of you, they exhale something. Everyone give me a Constitution saving throw.
Ugh.
I see a 15, I see a 17. Hero,
Oh,
what's
sorry,
yours?
I was looking at something. You said Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Oh. 16.
So this cloud of something comes out of its mouth and envelops all of you, but it doesn't seem to do anything to you. It has an oddly metallic smell to it, like iron filings or something.
Ew. I have a question. These enemies, I know that they are goblins, but they are also obviously infected with something. Are they infected with a plant?
Give me a nature check.
Because my favorite enemy is plants.
If your favorite enemy is plants, then give me the nature check at advantage.
Oh, gee. I rolled a 4 and then a 6.
Okay, you don't know. There's parts of it that make you think it's a plant, but if it's cordyceps, like Ellie is suggesting in Discord chat, fungi aren't actually plants, they're a separate genus. But
Gosh
also there's...
dang it, science!
We have come full circle from Paige the scientist with a doctorate to Hero the tabaxi, who's like, curse you, science!
I just want to kill plants! Yes.
Also, there's bits of it that appear very metallic that are sticking out, like the orbs look like they're metal. So maybe it's not either? It's weird. You have not encountered this thing before.
What if it's both? What if it's both?
Well, in any case, that was that goblin's turn. Arepa, there is one goblin that is 15 feet away from you, and there are several other that are working their way up the hill but are not that close.
Indeed. Well, that was very rude of it. So I think I'm going to throw acid at its face.
I mean, that's a standard reaction to someone being rude, I'm sure.
I cast Chromatic Orb. 23 to hit.
That will hit. Why am I starting
hope
to
so.
talk like Arepa?
For 18 damage. Acid.
How do you want to do this? I think it's contagious.
I say that was very rude of you. And I throw my hand forward and throw a sphere of acid at its face.
It melts.
I'm very sorry, but I can't abide rudeness.
Hero's tail twitches and oh.
So, Hero, you're up. you can see there's 3 more goblins that are climbing up the hill. The closest one is 25 feet away.
Can I throw stuff that far?
I mean, traditionally, usually.
I just wanted to make sure because I've not really had to use weapons before.
Well, let's take a look at your character sheet because you have a fancy item that lets you make daggers. Daggers they can be a ranged weapon where if you look at the character sheet, it says 20-60.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if you were below 20 for range or over 60 for range, you would not be able to do a really good throw. But right now, this particular goblin is right inside the sweet spot for throwing pointy things at its head.
Awesome. So first thing I would like to do is, just because I can, because I just got this and I'm really, Actually, no. If it only took 1 attack to kill them, I don't have. I'm gonna throw some daggers at them. Yeah. Do I only get to throw 1 dagger?
Your level? I think so. Let me take a look. Yeah, I think at this point you only get 1 attack. You have to be a higher level before you get to do 2.
Just wanted to make sure.
That's fair.
I got a 17.
That will hit.
I did 5 damage.
Okay, it's still alive. Just very badly stabbed.
Good.
I would say normally at least the good thing is the dagger that you threw is keeping the blood in, but no, that dagger disappears immediately. What the heck is this GIF that Ellie has found?
Yeah, Ellie, that's what I'm going for. That's from an anime. That character can just do that.
Okay, well that's a thing that has occurred. Okay, the goblin you have stabbed from a distance backs off. They use their action to sort of stumble walk away from you. They're on very low HP.
Who are you?
There are 2 other goblins that are about 30 feet away. And Xanthus, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm curious how her dagger just vanished. And so I don't want that to happen to any of my weapons. So we will switch and try to throw a javelin at one of the unwounded goblins, because at least wounding it seems to make it back off. So let's see if I remember how to do this.
Well, bloodying them certainly does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that daggers disappear after I throw them.
Yeah, that's not a goblin ability. That's a hero weapon ability.
Yeah. Oh.
But Xanthus doesn't know this. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't. So I will throw the javelin. It looks like I got a 17 and did a total of a 9 damage.
Okay, so right now Hero is the only person who hasn't killed someone with their attack. Well, that and the goblin that got melted, they didn't kill anyone with their attack either. How do you do this?
I want the javelin to pass through it entirely so that I can retrieve it later.
So the good news is it does that perfectly well. The bad news is if it had not done that, you wouldn't have had to go as far to retrieve it.
Yeah, that's okay. I have a couple more.
There's blood smears going over the entire javelin now, not just the end. You're gonna have to wipe that off.
That's what prestidigitation is for.
Okay. But you're a paladin.
We have a wizard.
I mean, we do.
But what if they don't know prestidigitation? Because I know that party
then are
2
they really a wizard?
The party 2 for the last campaign did not have anyone with prestidigitation. It was horrendous.
As a player,
Okay.
I would argue, then, are they really a wizard? But Xanthus has no idea.
Okay, so next up is the goblin with a very large hole in the center of their chest. They just sort of fall over. They use their movement to go prone and bleed out.
Yay. Oh, wait.
It's a good time.
And the 4th uninjured, the only at this point uninjured goblin, turns around and starts going in the same direction as the wounded one, the one that Hero stabbed from a distance.
Delivered a long-range blessing.
Is that what we're calling it these days?
Sorry for that laugh.
Movement. Okay. So yeah, they're moving at 30 feet. So Aripa, you can still see these 2 goblins off in the distance. They are at this point, one of them is 60 feet away, the other one is 55.
One of them is wounded and one of them is not?
Yeah, the one that is 55 feet away is wounded. From how much they're bleeding, very badly wounded.
I told the dead on the wounded one.
Oh, that's just mean.
They were rude.
And it's a wisdom saving throw at 13.
I just rolled... Well, they have a wisdom modifier that's negative, but with the negative added in, that's a 16.
All right, so it does nothing.
Okay. Hero. They're getting away. They're getting away.
I pull out my longbow, and I shoot it.
Okay, at the wounded one or the unwounded one?
The unwounded one. The wounded one will die soon.
I'm kind of glad I didn't pick the good characters modifier as a tag for this particular stream. Like, you were rude. Die. You're wounded. You'll bleed out soon. All they did was have bad breath in your direction.
Somehow something tells me that wasn't a beneficial bad breath.
Was it the saving throw? Because it might have been the saving throw.
Yeah, I think it was the saving throw.
They were social distancing. They never got closer than 15 feet.
I got a 19 to hit.
You hit it. Roll your damage.
I did 11 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Right through the eyeball.
Okay, now it was running away from you, so by hitting it through the eyeball, you actually have it go through the back of the skull.
That's fine.
And the orb is currently on the arrowhead sticking out of its face.
I like that.
I shot.
I shot.
Thanks, Father.
The DM will award himself inspiration. And the one that is currently bleeding goes around a bend and is out of sight.
So he's on a bender, so we can...
And they're going to bleed out.
And Xanthus, it's your turn.
I will run down the hill to where the goblin I slayed is.
Don't get lost!
I'm hopefully not just running because I'm just running down the hill. He was about 30 feet away, so I can move that much in a
Should I have Xanthus
turn.
roll anyway because it's going to be a running gag? No, I will not. No, I will not.
It's going to be a running gag.
Yeah, running. All right. I want to examine said goblin. The thing on top of its head is unusual, to be sure, but I am not knowledgeable about such things. But I am curious to see what it is.
It's a thing.
I'm tempted to poke at it with my sword, but I'm not sure that will be a useful thing. I mean, I can't make it more dead.
The only thing I can reveal, unless you insist that you are doing anything to it, is I could describe it, but I've already shared a picture with you about what it looks like and gave a description based on Hero's insights, or lack thereof, because of the low roll.
Can I do a roll on the eyeball just for fun?
I mean, you can certainly try.
What should I roll?
I would say medicine.
None of us got hurt, right?
No.
Okay.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. This eye looks like it's somewhat shriveled, like it has an atrophy, like it has not been used.
You're a cat. I thought you meant, can I roll on the eyeball?
I mean, in my head canon, this is the insight that Hero gets while batting it around on the ground.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say that. I'm investigating it by batting it back and forth. Like...
It doesn't roll properly. It's very atrophied and shriveled up, like it has never been used. There is a film over the pupil.
Okay, here's what I will do for the rest of my turn. I will use an action to use Divine Sense. And I will sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or any celestials, fiend, or undead within 60 feet, not behind total cover.
Within 60 feet?
60 feet. I don't expect I will actually find... I don't expect to find anything, but if it does ping something, I would be concerned.
It pings nothing.
Good. That's what I wanted.
Correct.
You say, Marco, and no one yells back, Polo.
That's good.
Not while you're out here, anyway.
Kev says Polo. I mean, Hero says Polo.
So I will stop over
the one that I killed.
It's a puddle.
You can come look at this one.
It wasn't a very big ball of acid.
You did significantly more than its total HP.
The one that I shot in the eye, what leaked out of its eyeball?
The eyeball junk.
Scleral fluid, I would imagine.
Yeah. At this point, unless the other goblin returns, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. They're cool, though.
Should we take this back to our gnome friend and see what he thinks of it?
She.
That would be effort. I mean, the eye's kind of cool, but like, where do we keep it? I don't.
Well, I can. I mean, it's not that big. It's a goblin. I could carry it.
Okay. I mean, if you want.
it's a curiosity that intrigues me, yet I have no knowledge of these things. If they're out here in these hills doing Lord knows whatever, then perhaps the citizens need to be made aware of these things.
You probably want to keep it in a plastic baggie, though. 'Cause what if it gets poison, whatever's junk on your stuff?
Well, I can detect poison. I can certainly try that and see what
your
happens.
bag.
Can I make a nature
It's a
check
burlap
to see if
sack. I can buy a new sack.
What were you saying, Ellie?
Sorry.
I was asking if I could make a nature check to identify what's growing out of their heads.
You may
That
certainly
sounds good to
try.
me.
A 4 is not going to do it.
No, 4 is not going to do it.
Oh my.
But while you are examining it, and this is again something I get to do because we are playing on Discord and we can roll a D whatever the heck we want. Roll a D21.
Okay.
All of us?
I'm going to say Arepa this time.
Okay.
Oh, not me? Okay.
They did and got another 4.
Indeed.
Okay. Stand by while I look this up.
The worst thing about the 4 on the nature check is that I have a +3.
Oh my. Yeah, some of my earlier checks I was sad because I was like, wait a second, I have a +5. What is going on here?
Oh.
Actually, you know what? In addition to that, because I'm all of you may roll a D21.
Okay.
Me again?
No, you already got yours.
Okay.
I got a 2.
I got a 15.
Screwed.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
And you should have seen poor Jen this afternoon,
Oh no.
who could not hit with an Eldritch Blast to save her life.
Well, I mean, it only seems to fit how she is on Sunday, too.
Now, to be fair, they were trying to hit something that was prone with a ranged attack. So
It's true.
every
They
attack
had
was...
advantage on
done
every
that
roll.
before.
Yeah.
Except the one that I specifically gave them advantage on.
And even then, you were fighting something with an AC of 17.
And they rolled a 16.
Yes. So there was that.
The thing is that Jen has done that before on the Sunday game. Team Lady has some issues.
Okay, so here is what we find. Starting with Arepa, because I asked you to roll first anyway, you find, like, in the puddle that you created, there is what looks kind of like a syringe. It's got a pointy end. It's not that big of a point, but it is a vial containing a liquid with a pointy end, like it's meant to inject something. And the liquid inside is silvery.
Does it
yes,
cure
Matt, thank you for
diseases?
that.
This is fascinating. Does anyone have a leather pouch I could put this into where it won't puncture?
Does it cure illnesses? Because I got something like that.
I
Meanwhile,
would not trust it to do anything positive.
Hero, as you're playing with this eyeball, you would expect like eye gunk to come out. I'm going to tell you that it wasn't just like regular eye gunk. What comes out is gelatinous, but it's like a gel cap Benadryl.
Oh, those taste so bad.
You're not supposed to chew them.
No, I didn't mean to. It accidentally caught on a tooth, and it opened, and it was the worst.
That's why they coat them in the gel. But still, that's what you find. And you've eaten enough prey, because of course you have, to know that this is not normal. You would not expect to see this inside anyone's eye. But it looks odd enough that you might be interested in it. And Xanthus, what you find as you're examining the one that you perforated is, at first it looked like it was a tattoo. And it's a weird pattern. But then you realize that the edge of it is coming up a little bit. And it doesn't take much. You do this before you even realize you're doing this. You peel it off.
Okay.
And it's just this pattern.
Okay, is it like a zebra stripe that if you put it on your skin and then you put on it, that it...
The precise word used to describe it in the item's description is unrecognizable. So if you ask, is it like A, then you are describing something that is recognizable. And the answer will be no.
Yeah, but, like, I want it to be a temporary tattoo.
Well, considering it just got peeled off of a dead goblin, and it's still somewhat sticky on one side, it's quite possible that, in fact, it is a temporary tattoo.
Can you please put it on yourself? Thank you.
I took this off the goblin. and you want me to apply it to my own skin.
What's the design?
Nothing recognizable.
Okay, but that would be like so cool. Like kids would think you were awesome.
It's not even like a tribal pattern that you see people from 10 years ago wearing when they thought it made them look cool. What the heck is this GIF?
I feel
why?
It's pretty
I will do at least one thing on it. I will do detect evil and good on it to make sure it's not evil. It's not some sort of weird evil magic.
You detect no evil or good in the area. Hold on, what's the range for it?
30 feet.
Oh, I don't like that.
You detect no evil or good in the area.
Okay.
No evil or good?
Yeah. Well, it also detects aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, undead.
No, I was joking about the fact that it means I'm not good.
Yeah.
Well, D&D has been moving away from hard designations of evil and good. They've been doing so for a while. They just took another hard push in that direction recently, which is awesome. But detect evil and good doesn't actually detect evil or good. It specifically detects certain extraplanar beings that would commonly be referred to as evil or good.
Oh, so the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yes.
Sort of situation.
But it's maintaining its previous name as they shift in that direction.
Okay. So, are you trying to tell me that what came the eyeball is edible?
No, but it's not evil. It doesn't belong to anything extraplanar, so it's, I guess, edible? I mean, I wouldn't eat it, but I don't eat
I wouldn't
like you
either.
do.
I do have a proficiency in survival.
Well, you're one up on me.
But you're also, and I say this with the utmost confidence, a kid.
Yeah, I also find twice as much food while foraging. Count?
You did rip it out of your prey.
It's true.
Although I'm not sure it counts as food.
I am prepared to tell you what happens if you eat it.
I know that you probably are.
I have the item right in front of me. I can tell you exactly what will happen if you eat it, and I am here for this content if you do. I will give you the spoiler of saying it's not deadly. I will tell you that.
Okay, also, if I if for some weird reason this poisoned me or made me ill, would my remove disease potion help?
I will tell you that if it is in fact a disease, then your thing that will remove diseases will work on it.
Yes, but is food poisoning considered a disease?
Well, worst case scenario, Xanthus can remove a disease from his lay on hands pool and neutralize the poison. In fact, being second level now, I can do both if you need to.
Heck yeah! With that knowledge, I'm eating it.
Okay.
What I'm
this
going
is
to
glorious.
do, I'm actually going to try this tattoo thing, but first I'm going to use my Necklace of Prayer Beads Bless spell so that if I have to make another saving throw, I'll have a bonus.
Okay, so here is what happens to Hero first.
Knowledge, I'm eating it. Yes.
So when you swallow this pill, your forearms split.
Well, everybody will be blessed, in case Hero needs a saving throw.
And you get a blessing, and you get a blessing, and you get a blessing, but not you. You're a dead goblin.
Everybody.
I can bless up to 3, I think it is. So all 3 of us get blessed.
Okay, so Hero, your forearms split lengthwise from your elbow through your hand.
Am I an octopus?
From the elbow down, you have 4 hands instead of 2.
Oh my gosh, this is the best.
Now, you are a bit clumsy because you're not used to having 4 arms that act independently of each other.
So?
But you have 4 arms from the elbow down. You still only have 2 shoulders.
That's okay, because I'm still one step closer to being an octopus.
You can wiggle all of your fingers. You feel like you'd be able to hold weapons, a shield, or whatever. You can pick up things, move them around. It's just a teeny little bit awkward right now, but you could probably get used to it.
I'm for it.
Okay. And Xanthus, you said you're putting on the temporary tattoo?
I will put on the temporary tattoo after we are blessed. in case something really bad happens.
Father.
Okay. You put on the temporary tattoo, and while you're putting it on, it doesn't feel like anything's happening. But you know how sometimes when you apply a decal to something, you give it a tap?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you do that. And as soon as you do that, it's like drinking very strong coffee.
Oh.
You feel awake and alert. You don't even think you're going to need to sleep tonight.
Oh, goody. Maybe. We'll see.
Hero's really good at clapping now.
This feels like really good, and like somebody should probably stop me, because this is going to end soon, maybe. I don't know. Help?
It's like a nicotine patch, but for caffeine.
Hero is very excited and is running circles around Father to get out the...
I can just imagine Hero running around not on all fours, on all six.
Yes. With my feline agility double speed.
Mr. Xanthus, may I take a look at that, please?
Certainly. Hey, go ahead. Try. Yeah, do that.
Thank you. Is there an obvious way to peel it off Xanthus's skin?
It's like a sticker. Yeah, you can peel it right off.
Okay. This looks like it can be removed relatively readily, but I don't want to do that in case it has negative side effects.
We should probably have somebody take a look at it.
Indeed.
It actually does look like it's starting to fall off a little bit.
What?
Dad!
What?
Dwarf Dad!
Crash, what did you say?
Cleric.
It looks like the temporary tattoo is not sticking on very well. The edges are starting to peel off already.
Oh, it's one of those tattoos. Those stickers.
Mr. Xanthus, may I pull at it?
Sure.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay, it's not sticky at all after you pull it off.
Oh my gosh. I just realized people are already staring at me all the time because of the fact that I'm a 7-foot-tall cat, and now I'm a 7-foot-tall cat with 6 hands.
With 4 hands.
4 hands.
4 hands.
Unless you're using your feet as hands, and please don't.
I'm a cat.
You have...
What happens to Xanthus when I take off the sticker?
Absolutely nothing different. Xanthus is still feeling pretty alert.
It probably had a charge, or 2, or maybe not. I don't know. It probably got used up.
That's my
guess.
Guess. I am going to hand this to you so that you can keep it in case you need it in the future.
I will.
I expect it will wear off soon.
Probably within a day, or less, or more, or who knows.
Indeed.
Wow, this feels good.
What did your magic thing do? What did your magic thing do? Come on, don't know.
Oh, I have put it in a pouch. I do not tend to inject myself with things that I can't identify.
Hero does not understand this logic.
That was just the sound effect that was made. That's it.
I was translating Hero for the audience.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Maybe we should still take this dead thing back to the gnome and see what she thinks of it.
It makes... Oh my gosh! I figured it out.
What?
The eyes are making the ciphers.
They were doing what?
They're making the ciphers like my magic potion. They're the ones that are making them. That's why when...
So, I will not require a roll for you to remember that Bindle pointed out that the ciphers were just appearing wherever people were, which would imply that, while it's still possible that Hero is correct, it is also, in fact, possible that goblins are people too.
Goblins are people? Yes.
I have a feeling Dwarf Dad might disagree, but...
Indeed.
But I do think that the fungal infection is making... No! Sorry, my cat just tried to bite me.
Mine turned on the TV.
Mine is
the
snoring.
fungal infection is causing cipher creation.
Okay,
Cipher-nation.
Well, we've been playing for about an hour. What do you say we take a short break?
Before we do that, can I do something?
Sure.
I'm going to go a couple 100 feet away from where the Crooked Hills appear to start and use the gear that we brought with us to set up camp.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
It is the middle of the afternoon. If you tried to go back now, it would be dark for quite some time for most of the trip.
Indeed.
That would be unsafe.
There's
camping.
a dog
I'm
on
in a
there.
Many of
tree.
us need to sleep tonight, but
I don't think I'm going to be able to.
I am camping in a tree.
There are...
Very well.
Well, if you're going outside of where the Crooked Hills are, you do find a tree that might hold your weight. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I'm trying to. Cat's attacking my hand.
Give me a dexterity check to see if you can avoid your cat attacking your hand.
You said a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Crash?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Every single time you answered, I had the cat attack again. I got an 18.
Yes, Pev, obey my commands. Attack whenever I say yes. You are... I distracted myself there. You are able to climb a tree, and no one who looks at you sleeping in this tree thinks, that looks incredibly comfortable and stable. Yes, oh so stable and comfortable. No one thinks that at all.
And yet.
But yet you are able to do this thing. All right, so we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. We're back. I'm guessing everyone takes a long rest.
Oh yeah, we napped.
Yeah. So go ahead and press that delicious long rest button. Those of you who use spell slots, get them back. My cat is biting my wrist now. This could end poorly. If I bleed out, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Apparently bleeding out is a thing that we talk about in this particular campaign. Specifically.
Yes.
If I feel angry and upset in my sound of my voice, is because I'm actively trying to avoid perforations.
Oh yes, I can tell. That's the cat voice.
That's the dealing with cat voice, yes.
Yes.
But the show must go on. So, I've got some bad news for you, Hero. When you wake up...
I have 2 arms again?
Yes. Oh, and Xanthus doesn't even go to sleep.
Yeah. Is there a crash and burn afterwards?
You don't know.
We'll find out.
Wait, no, you can choose to sleep if you wish. Do you choose to sleep?
No.
Okay.
No.
No. We'll see what happens.
There is now a slight ditch around the campsite, or Xanthus has been patrolling all night.
Yeah. With his +0 perception, he's seeing things that aren't really there.
That tree is really good.
Okay. But the thing is, if you don't sleep, then you don't get the benefits of a long rest.
No, this is true. I used I think 1 spell slot.
Okay.
And did not take any real damage, so I'm not overly worried.
Okay. I'm just making sure that you are going into this with eyes open. The goblins you were fighting did not, and look what happened to them.
They're goblins. I'm different.
The sun comes up. Xanthus looks down. Aripa, Hero, I'm walking in a crop circle.
The sky's awake, I'm awake. Hero jumps off the tree.
And lands with the correct number of limbs.
And then is sad. Father! My limbs! They're gone!
Well, we kind of thought that might be temporary, but...
Father! I don't have fans anymore!
The best part is, you were asleep when it happened, so you don't even know how they disappeared. There's text for that here.
They ate it! Something ate my arm!
You still have the correct number you started with.
Yeah, but I wanted my new one.
It's a net wash.
Like, imagine how good at clapping I was going to be with extra arms. I could have thrown so many more daggers.
Just wait until someone learns polymorph.
Technically speaking, it did not give you extra attacks.
That's, the night is young.
It specifically says here that it does not give you extra attacks.
Yeah, but doesn't mean I can't use it as flavor text.
You can try to throw them. They just don't do any good.
I could play so many games of patty cake.
I thought you were going to say Pong.
I mean, that too.
Miss Mary Mac.
Now I just have this image. I went from Pong, the video game, to the Switch, and I'm imagining Hero with 4 Switch controllers, 1 in each hand.
Playing doubles tennis against myself.
And winning.
Yes.
But also losing.
Yes.
Okay.
Anywho.
Anywhere. Any why? Anyhow, you're up.
Sometimes what?
Good morning, world. It's nice to be up to greet the dawn. Don't you think?
Yes.
I'm going to get started making some coffee.
I don't think I need it today, or at least not right now.
I like coffee.
By the way, Xanthus, whatever was keeping you up last night does seem to still be in full effect. You do not feel like it's going to wear off anytime soon.
Okay.
I like coffee.
The effect of that sticker is extraordinary. Are you sure you don't have 2 of them on you?
No. I don't. Unless it did something else to me, I don't know.
All right. I was just curious.
You grew a pair of horns out of your head, and you now have a tail.
Wait, me?
I'm joking. I'm basically describing a tiefling to a tiefling.
Wait, I have horns? Oh, wait, no, I had those.
While I am waiting for the coffee to be done, I'm rolling on the ground playing with Father's tail.
Twitch, twitch, twitch.
Yes, done deliberately. Twitch, twitch, twitch.
Okay, so I found that GIF from Airplane, but it's the wrong text of that scene, but it's the text I wanted to reference.
Yeah.
And I'll speak no more of it.
Yeah.
So, what do you do after your coffee and breakfast?
We gotta go back and tell Nightlight. We gotta tell Nightlight about the gnome heads and this eyeball I picked up.
And the goblin heads.
I mean the goblin heads.
The goblin heads.
Oh, sure.
Maybe don't tell Bindle the gnome that you found a bunch of gnome heads and then show her a goblin. Maybe don't do that. I mean, you do you.
Arepa the gnome will be more than happy to correct that misconception.
I haven't had the coffee.
In the distance, the goblin barks.
Yes.
I was drinking my water when you said that. How dare you?
Sorry.
I think that means inspiration.
Isn't there some old shtick about Briark?
By the way, Millie, you're absolutely right. Arepa has inspiration. Laughing and or spit takes.
Unfortunately,
Apparently.
the spiders were barking last session.
Just one.
But anyway, we gotta go tell Nightlight about the goblins and the eyeball, and my what's the word?
Hypothesis.
Hypothesis.
However, I think we could stand to spend another day here. There does
Searching?
seem to be more to investigate here, and
I
I'm
agree.
not sure that the fungus-ridden goblins are particularly of concern to a town most of a day's ride away.
Well, we let the one flee. Maybe we can track it?
Indeed,
I can track things.
Why don't we do that?
Indeed, you can.
You
Why
need
don't
someone
we
like a
let you
ranger
try?
to do that.
I can do
Yeah.
that. Can I
We have
track?
one.
You're going to have to rely on Hero.
I was doing that on purpose. Can I do that? What should I roll?
Oh no. We're going
Hero's
to
making
have
that
to
chirping
rely on
sound
Hero.
that cats make when they're looking through a window at a bunch of birds. No, it's like a chittering sound that they sometimes make.
But anyways, what do I roll?
Survival check.
Okay. I rolled a 21.
Okay, yeah, you can easily follow the pool of blood.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Now, it's been a long rest since then, so it's dried blood, but there hasn't been any rain since last night, so you can still follow the trail, and it leads to, surprisingly, a hole in the ground, but not the one that you dug yesterday.
I was about to
Ooh.
ask.
I bet they have fantastic ramen noodles.
I have dark vision, so can I see in there?
Oh no, wait, that's a hole in the ground, not a hole in the wall.
But I do have dark vision.
You can see that it's pretty dark in there, but there's something silvery on the far end.
Shiny!
It seems to be
I
casting some kind of light.
like shiny things. I go in.
Well,
Okay,
hold on.
so the rest of you watch the cat climb down a hole.
Jump into a hole.
I'm just being my character.
I will
And the
face
GM
palm
is like-
and then immediately trot after her.
The DM is here for this content. It turned out to be an earth elemental. The hole closes and starts to chew. Not true. That does not happen.
Please don't.
I'm worried that like goblins are like 3 feet tall, right? Something like that.
How did I fit in that hole?
And heroes like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but I'm also a cat, which means part liquid.
Is this going to be Winnie the Pooh breaking into Rabbit's hut?
I am bypassing that part of the adventure, but it does actually have a scenario written out for if you try to crawl into one of the other holes that exist here, there is a strong chance that you will get stuck, and if so, there are a bunch of rats that come by and start to chew on you.
Oh goodness.
Remember the fact that I'm a cat, and I therefore am a liquid. So I just get in.
So you assume the shape of the 30 by 30 foot room that is your container.
Yes.
Which means that you're about a millimeter tall, but covering a 30 by 30 area. You are 90 feet in square feet.
I am very proud of me.
Then you rise up like the T-2000. None of this. Absolutely none of this is canon.
Besides me crawling into the hole.
Besides you going down the hole, yes. We have gone up down a hole. It is for rabbits.
Yes.
Silly rabbit. Holes are for cats.
So one side of this room, it's not actually 30 by 30, by the way. I just said that for the ease of math. One side of this room looks like it goes into a staircase that leads up, but that staircase ends at what appears to be a bit of a cave-in, so that you can't actually go that way. The main way in and out is, in fact, the partial tunnel that you crawled your way through.
Was it a straight down tunnel, or was it something that angled, kind of
It angles a little bit, but more along the lines of if it angles this way, it's going to keep rainwater from pouring in, as opposed to roll to bend yourself in half because you're a 7 foot tall tabaxi.
Brown cat, what do you see?
Oh wait, no, wrong character.
There are a whole thing down here. There's stairs and places to go and yeah.
Okay, so there is a passageway to the north, a passageway to the south, but on the western wall, the stairs are to the east. On the western wall, you see an expanse of silvery glass that fills the wall of this otherwise ruined chamber. Visible in the glass are streaks of light and obscure shapes, but it is impossible to make out anything distinctly.
I go up to that.
And otherworldly music resonates up from the floor.
I go up to it.
Okay, you've gone up to it.
I'm still trying to figure out how to get down the hole.
I mean, I'm not even requiring a roll. You can definitely get yourself down the hole. You can't do it while standing upright.
Yeah,
you need to get down.
Is there a way to climb down? I'm not as agile as that's our tabaxi friend.
But as a
caveat, and you're not the dwarf. I forgot which dad was with me.
So Xanthus is not as agile as Hero, but as a caveat, Xanthus is smaller than Hero.
This is true. I am the average. I'm an average height for anybody, perhaps.
Ironically, Jaren, Dwarf Dad, as he has become known, is smaller than Xanthus, but has a harder time crawling through this, even though dwarves like being underground. It's the shoulders. They are quite wide.
Yeah.
What's that?
Broader shoulders is what I said.
Yes. Yeah. Occasionally there is, as was referenced earlier, a Winnie the Pooh moment where Arepa's on one end, shoving, putting her shoulder into it. Xanthus is on the other, pulling, and there is a audible sound as Jaren rolls out onto the floor, and you see Hero over by the shiny wall.
I am very sorry that I don't have any spells that can assist with excavation.
I am not caring because I'm just staring and playing with the light.
That is a fascinating wall.
And I pet the wall.
The distant shapes are moving slightly.
I'm following them. This is so exciting.
Imagine, if you will, the most boring of screensavers.
Yeah, but you also remember I am a cat, and it is moving.
It is. And you
So I'm
can't get to
staring
it
at it.
because there is some silvery glass between you and it.
I attack it with my claws.
Do we see any signs that say do not break glass?
Give me an attack roll.
Which
Yeah, we
direction
need to
do we
invest
come in
in-
from?
There's a dirty 20 hit.
Oh, yeah, congratulations. There are more
The wall.
streaks of light on this wall. Each of them spreads out from a point where your claws punctured the glass slightly. The shapes are now significantly more indistinct than they were before.
I am enamored, and I keep going. I'm not being
Please
smart.
Do not do that again.
Something's
That's
wrong.
shiny, shiny, shiny!
Yes, and we
Have
should
to have
respect
it. I make a dagger.
Don't do that.
Which direction did we come in from?
You came in from a tunnel to the east next to the
I
staircase.
stab the wall.
Next
Stairs
to our ingress was next to the staircase that's been caved in.
Yes,
There
And
are
the
exits
shiny
to the
wall-
north and south,
And the
and the
shiny wall is
wall to the west.
this is correct. Although the
Okay.
wall is getting more and more shiny as it gets more and more cracks.
I stab it with my dagger.
I'm not requiring rolls. You are damaging it more.
Okay. I want a piece of the shiny wall.
Are there any shards on the ground now? Pick one up.
No, there are no
Ooh.
shards. It keeps getting damaged, but nothing is breaking off of it. Imagine, if you will, safety glass.
Yeah. So that seems like it's keeping something in, Hero. I would
shiny!
leave it.
Shiny!
Yeah. Shiny, but bad. Bad shiny.
The tracker is broken. Can I use survival to see if I can figure out which way the bloodstains go?
I just got what you said.
I mean, fair, quite fair. The blood stains aren't as prevalent here, but you may definitely make that roll.
I do pause for a second, and I go, but how shiny bad?
Well, glass is used to either hold something or keep something in it, behind it.
Okay. But it's
If
pretty.
you break the glass, then whatever's on the other side of that glass could come through.
But I want it to be pretty.
We don't know if it's pretty. It's shiny, but that doesn't mean it's pretty.
It's shiny.
17 on survival.
You think that they headed south, but there's only a few drips at this time.
Okay.
The goblin went south. I assume
Yes.
Aripa says so.
Oh!
Why don't we go south and find the goblin?
Can we come back to the wall later, maybe?
Sure.
Yes, we can come back to
Okay.
the wall later.
Currently,
We're
it
going
appears to
to
be
have to
on
go
your way
to-
out.
We would have to come back here to leave, so fair.
Okay. I follow begrudgingly.
Okay. What's your marching order?
I would probably lead, except I can't see much.
I should probably be in the front because I have dark vision.
Yes, and I would follow behind immediately so that I could get past Hero with my good attacks and good armor class.
And I'll take the back because I also have dark vision.
That works.
And less armor.
I have dark vision. We all have dark vision.
We all can see in the dark, so never mind.
Yeah.
Then I would lead because I have the best armor. If something were to pop out in front, it would hit me. I might not see it, but it would hit me first.
I should probably be in the middle because I'm tall enough to aim over either of you.
I mean, that's
So
fair.
I'll stay in the back
All right, cool.
because I've got dark vision.
I will keep out my long sword and have shield at the ready.
I'm looking forward to the next battle where everyone gets a turn, and Reapa's like, one of you is going to have to move out of the way. I can't see through any of you. This is all very exciting, and I am disappointed to be missing it. But I am just happy to be here. So, with all of that said, okay. Xanthus, give me a perception check.
Probably not.
Now, you said you were leading. You don't get to do give backsies.
Can I do a perception check because I can see over him?
You don't have to. You notice something is up as soon as Xanthus isn't there anymore.
Uh-oh.
Father?
You went down. Give me a dexterity save.
That is also very unlikely.
I throw my tail down.
Quick, tie your tail to mine. I'll pull you up.
There we go.
Okay,
15.
so I will allow you to take half damage from this.
Okay.
but you fall 30 feet.
Ow, thud.
Oh, you're not a cat.
No.
You do not, in fact, land on your feet. You
Nope.
take, that is 2 ones on the die. So I said you're taking half. That means you are going to take 3 points of damage after I reduce it.
Oof.
For not being a cat, that was surprisingly little damage.
There was.
So that's the good news.
The bad news.
Well, you're also going to take some piercing damage. There's some spikes down there.
Oh.
I'm not yet immune to disease.
Roll for tetanus. No. That's double ones. Okay, you take 2 points of piercing damage.
Man, we are going places.
A glancing blow.
Yeah, down.
What can you see?
A lot of darkness, I assume. And there's no light down here. I can only use my dark vision, but...
Okay.
I'm not talking about your emotional state.
Oh. My emotional state? I'm okay.
I said I wasn't.
What do we see down here besides whatever spiked me?
Well, what spiked you were the spikes. Those are firmly attached to the ground. They appear to be an aftermarket addition. A lot of the walls that you were seeing, shall we say upstairs, were made out of some strange material that you didn't actually take the time to identify because you didn't ask about it. But down here, it looks like this pit was dug out, almost as if goblins are good at digging at things. That one was apparently good at falling because there was also a withered goblin corpse here.
Take its item.
Is it a fresh? Well, you said withered, so it's been down here a while, I assume.
Yep, no one bothered to take it back
not
out.
our what?
No one bothered to take it back out.
Yeah, it's not our wounded enemy. Couldn't think of the word.
If it was, then the debate would be whether or not you slept for a bit longer than you suspected, but you were up for the whole thing.
Yes, so no. Love the gift.
I throw a rope down. I have one.
There's a dead body.
I also have one.
I think I have some rope, but it's easier to climb one from the top than throw it up from the bottom.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So, I will climb the rope.
Okay, you leave the body where it is. It's not bothering anyone.
I'm not. Well, I don't really mess with dead bodies. I make dead bodies, but otherwise, once they're dead, I don't bother with them.
Arepa will perform the help action to get Xanthus up out of the pit.
Okay, that means you may roll your dexterity check at advantage.
Do I need a dexterity check or do I need a strength check to climb the rope?
I will allow it to be either acrobatics or athletics, but either way, you may roll at advantage.
I am better at one than the other.
Because I'm
not
just
shocked.
sitting on the end of the rope because I know I'm big enough to hold it.
As an aside, while you're rolling, it amuses me that my favorite paladin to play right now is dexterity based.
Oh,
so
nice.
I will take the 20.
Yeah.
You make it look easy. Matter of fact, how could you have possibly fallen into a pit when you're this agile?
I don't know, but I'm basing it on strength, so I just kind of whoop, 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 whoop.
While making that sound effect.
Dost thou even hoist?
More often.
I'm doing parkour, but with nothing to actually jump off of other than between the walls of the pit.
Cindy, in response to what you have typed, I'm a DM and I teach middle school, so yes, you are correct. In response to Xanthus climbing out of the pit, one might ask, dost thou even hoist? Obviously, yes. Thou dost. You hoisted yourself up by your own petard.
Ouch.
Whatever that is.
Let's not do that again.
A petard is a bomb.
I know, but shh, never mind.
Shh. It fit.
Okay. And
no one
Hero, you were asking about making perception checks, so go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
At this point, maybe Hero should lead since she sees better than I do.
I use my cat eyes to see how far. Do I have
Hero,
to jump
she
to get
or
across
they?
the pit? He.
It doesn't.
Oh, my bad then.
Yeah, it doesn't go all the way across the tunnel. You can walk around it.
Okay, I do that, and then I keep walking, and I walk on all of my fours so other can see around me, and have my whiskers closer to the ground.
Give me a perception check.
I got a 6.
Okay, so you
I
fall
have a
30
+4
feet.
to my perception.
You're thinking, wow, Dad wasn't really paying attention. I should lead because I can see things. I'm really good at spotting things. Give me a dexterity save.
Can I make... thank you.
Hopefully you're better at it than I am. I expect you will.
I got a 17.
Okay, you are again taking half damage. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 points of piercing damage. You did a much better job of finding the spikes.
While I'm down there, I cast Cure Wounds.
This is why I said maybe I should have them be second level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am going to find something to anchor a rope to and use the help action.
I get 6 HP back, so now I'm at 10 instead of... And I would like to climb up, please.
Okay.
So my choices were either what or what?
Strength or athletics, whichever's higher. And you may roll at advantage. So if you right-click on the thing in the character sheet, you can actually pick advantage.
Okay, I got a 19.
Okay, yep. You also make climbing up look easy. You made falling down look easy, too. But you made climbing up look very easy. You also, by the way, you also found, if we can retcon this a little bit, you also found a goblin body at the bottom of your pit.
Mm-hmm.
It also looked quite
They're making sure it works.
There's a lot of dead bodies. We're
Indeed.
not good at this.
Well...
Okay. I have a torch. Can we use
You probably have more than one. They give it to you with the basic adventurer's kit.
I know. I said I looked. I have a torch. Can I please light the torch?
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
I light the torch so we can see better, and
Okay, you have wiped out everyone's dark vision. But at least you have light for a few feet.
we can see the holes in the ground.
I mean, the spike pit traps are disguised. It takes a perception check to notice them. And we had a 20 from Arepa, so Arepa points out the next pit and walks around it.
I do my best to follow.
Same.
In my head, canon here is like pressed up against the far wall away from the most recently discovered pit trap.
Mm-hmm.
All the fur is on end. There might have been hissing. But that's headcanon. Okay, so you successfully have defeated my spike puzzle.
Well, sorta. We did it the hard way.
Okay. And you have found a new room. In this particular room, oily water fills a cavity of unknown depth at the center of this crumbling chamber. Discarded rusted pots, worn-out water skins, and other refuse litter the area around the pool.
Is there anything shiny?
Well, oily water is a bit shiny.
I pat the oily water.
You create ripples. The ripples do 86 points. That's not true. That's not true. I'm not doing that to you.
I was going to die.
You have 10 hit points. If I rolled all ones, 8d6 would not kill you.
Yeah, but what's the chance of that? Not high. So.
Well, I am using Eric's character sheet to roll dice right now.
So it's actually pretty high. So.
yeah, pretty darn high.
Hero, would you indulge my curiosity?
Yeah?
What happens if you put the torch on the oily water?
I do it.
You have put the torch out. Congratulations. You now have one wet torch.
Mom!
All right. I was just curious.
There's oily and there's whatever this is.
What does the oily water smell like?
It smells like water and some type of oily substance.
Just wondering what my cat senses could sense.
Imagine, if you will, that someone hasn't cleaned your water bowl recently.
Oh.
What exits are there from this room?
I probably should have mentioned that, shouldn't I? Okay, so this particular room has the way you came, which is you came from the north, which means there's an entrance to the north that takes you back the way you came. And there is a wider passageway that leads to the west.
And what direction is the water coming from or going to?
You don't know.
It's just a stagnant pool?
It doesn't appear to be stagnant, but the water, your best guess is it's coming and going through cracks that exist inside the basin.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it's not...
And that's in the center
it flows,
of the room?
Yeah.
Roughly.
So we can go around it towards the west where the other exit is and ignore the water completely.
Yes, I think
so.
so.
But the water's shiny.
But it's probably... what else is around there? Like, it's probably diseased.
The water is not shining in a way that we can interact with it properly.
I wasn't gonna drink it. I was just gonna pat
Hero
at
already
it.
did the thing that cats do when they encounter water. They reach out and put their paw on it.
Bop bop.
Yes, but don't drink it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna drink it. I'm just doing the bop bop.
Which is why I sometimes have to replace the water in my cup, because as I'm playing D&D, my cat comes over, and as I'm saying this, I picked up my cup and I see 2 cat hairs in it.
I know that
I'm just
feeling.
going to set that back down and not take a sip.
That's how it goes. I think
Indeed.
we're going west.
I believe we should go west.
Okay. But you have a source of water if you choose to care about it. All right, that takes you to a different room. All right. So the passageway that takes you to the west turns to the north and opens up into a different room that, when I look at this, it appears to have an exit to the north. Coming in from the south, it has an exit to the north, but it also has 2 smaller exits. Actually, no, it has a door to the west. This map used a slightly different key for items that are on it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The door doesn't go all the way across the gap in the wall, but it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. So the western wall features a stone door with a relief card, bearded man's face, and upper body. He holds out a sacrificial bowl, sooty with many past burnt offerings.
Are they tasty?
I mean, it's just soot right now.
I think it's ash and soot. Anybody recognize the face?
Do we recognize the face? Can we make a history check?
You
Or
may certainly
religion?
make a history check.
Okay.
History or religion? Maybe.
You
Or
may
is
make a
it-
religion
is it
check
just
instead if you
history?
prefer.
I got a 6.
We're asking for a ruling here, Crash.
With a dirty 20, I will say you have no idea who this person is, but they seem to be of some religious significance to whoever built this place. They were important,
I got a 6, so nothing.
but you don't know. As a 6, you have no idea. I'm referring to the dirty 20 that Xantha got.
Yeah.
Does the face look more dwarven or more human?
They look human.
Okay.
Matter of fact, in this
So-
sculpture, you can clearly see the ears. They are definitely human. They are not elvish or half elvish.
Okay. Well, the beard was a giveaway to me, at least as far as elfish.
True. But
Yeah.
I think there are some variations of elf that do grow beards. I could be wrong about that, but in some versions of D&D, I'd have to go back and look at the rules. Like, wood elves were very different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pev has
I
a
don't
beard.
remember. But it's made of stone, so it's not the same thing.
Pev has a beard.
You
I
just
mean,
called
Hero has a
Kev
beard.
again. Yeah, Hero has a full
Or
body
has hair
beard.
all over.
Yeah, full body beard.
Okay, so we got an exit to the north and a stone door to the west
Yes.
with this relief carving on it that's looks like it's asking for offerings.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what kind of offerings it wants.
Nor do I. But I imagine it's either we could open it without an offering, or it will only open with an offering. Either way, I don't think it's going to open easily. I say we give this one a buy and continue on through the open passageway.
I agree.
Okay. And
Have we lost our trail? Like, is the
Oh,
blood
yeah.
gone?
yeah,
okay.
you lost the trail.
Okay, I figured as much. It disappeared somewhere inside here. All
Well,
right, why don't we
as you
do the open
continue through,
passageway? And
The drips were
What?
getting further and further apart as you went, and eventually there stopped being drips.
okay, so let's continue down the open area. Like I said, I don't think this stone door is going to open easily. But conversely, that means whoever's on the other side of it may not be able to open it easily.
I
Okay.
agree.
It opens up and a Tarrasque pops out. That's not true.
Yeah.
It does not happen. There is no Tarrasque.
Someone delivered
Yes.
that potion.
Oh yeah, the potion I posted earlier. Potion of Tarrasque summoning.
Yes.
Delivered
Fi-
by mail.
Best delivered by mail because it's fatal to the imbiber and everyone in the room and everyone in the metro area. Okay, so you go to the north. The passageway immediately turns to the west because you can't have anything. And all right, so you find a room. I should probably have not flipped away from the map so I can describe what the room looks like. So you see a room that's actually mostly an alcove to the north as you're going down this passageway. It continues further to the west without its width changing, but to the north of you as you're going, you see an alcove of a room that has skeletal figures, mostly bearing weapons of some kind. They're scattered all about the chamber, the little alcove area. Decorative tiles that once covered the walls have mostly fallen and smashed on the floor here.
I play with the pieces of the pot. What's
Well,
inside?
they're tiles, not pots.
Whatever. I just was like pieces of clay. Yes.
That's fair.
What can I get out of them?
You get a slight bit of movement as you slide them across the floor.
That's all I wanted. That's all.
What we have skeletons and weapons and broken. Like, is there any?
broken
did I
tiles.
miss exits out of this room other than the alcove?
It's like as you're going down the hallway, you see this
There's a
to
little,
the right of you. as
There
you're
is a
going
little
down the hallway.
alcove, and then we can see the room in front of us.
Well, the room is actually to the right of you, but the hallway keeps going further down.
Gotcha. Do we want to? I guess we take a quick look in this room with the skeletons. I will enter it. I know Hero's already playing with the broken tile. Anything else in here? I mean, is there any exits out of it, or just skeletons and weapons and tile?
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. And as you're looking at the skeletons, they start to move.
Yeah, I knew it.
Specifically, while you're investigating them, that is when they choose to get up and grab their weapons, and we will be rolling for initiative next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because we've been playing for about 2 hours, and I'm not going to have this go past 11 at night. All right, so thank you everyone for playing.
Works for me.
Thank you everyone for listening. Tonight we were joined by a bunch of awesome, incredible people, including Ellie, Matt, Millie, and Cindy was here briefly, and then left.
I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
Let's do a few quick plugs. Ellie runs a social network. That's elek.xyz, elekk.xyz, which Millie is now also a mod for.
Terror ensues.
I am ready for people to once again declare that Elek's... actually, no, not once again, but declare that Elek is an evangelical Christian server.
Because of me. Anyway.
There are Christians on the server, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is. But never mind about that. In any case, you don't have to follow us specifically
Happened
there.
before.
Those of us who are willing to share our social media details, you can go to the cast page, which is linked in the show notes, to see where we exist online for those details that we are willing to share for pretty much everyone that's involved in any of the games. Also, Matt's brother-in-law writes books. You can find those at nogodsbeforeus.com. Millie will, in addition to being a mod on Elek, stream occasionally. Was potentially planning on streaming during this game. We're very glad they did not, because we got to cope with cat antics for 2 hours, and that was fun.
You're welcome.
You provided a valuable service. I am here for this content. And I will continue to say that because it will continue to be true. But you can find Millie's stream at twitch.tv/magicalmillie.
Yes.
And until next time, this is Crash saying, "Hey, did you see that adventuring party that's coming in? Yeah, several of them fell down the spike traps. Oh, that's great. I'm sure they'll bleed out eventually." Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.